All right, one of the problems you've got to solve is how to seal up and close off the walls in a neat fashion. Of course, they're curved, which adds another dimension to it. It's especially in the areas where there's no cabinets. So where there's no cabinet, you build the box. The box goes up against the wall. You put a batten in behind it to make sure it's secure, and you can screw it into the frame. If you're doing what I'm doing and reusing the wall lining, it poses a problem.
Previously, when the chairs were still in place and the floor was raised to this position, you had this steel beam that ran through there where the chairs were secured. But when you take the floor out, you get this lip where the floor actually sat. So I filled that with insulation, putting the sarking over the top of it. But that leaves that area below this lining board that's exposed.
Because of the steel beam that runs through there's a bit of a lip that sticks out. You've got to cover that lip. So what I've done is I've used this structural ply, and then I've put little battens along the edge. So
the way that this works is that these boards will go over the bottom area that's exposed, and the little batten will cross over that steel beam, the lip, bridge the gap there, and then press up against there. We can screw that to the steel beam, and that will secure that nice and tightly. So these are the bottom wall linings that I'm putting in. As you can see, some of them are a bit longer. The battens are fixed, just glued and nailed. And then I'm coating them with an oil-based primer just to seal them on both sides. The facing side will probably get a second coat of a bit of acrylic or something just to finish it off nicely. That's how they fit up against the wall. As you can see, it's pushed the lining board that comes with the bus tightly into the wall. There's a shorter one, gives you an idea of how secure it is. Another issue is that where this is exposed, it's grey and dirty and so on. And this stuff, especially in this bus, is stained with the red bull dust. Everywhere you look, it's stained, extremely hard to get off. So the other part to sealing up the walls is, of course, the corners. Now, because we're leaving the air conditioning in, we've got all these pipes and wires and things running up the corners, and of course they need to be covered. The vinyl panels that we've got fit perfectly. It certainly takes the headache out of trying to cut corners and fit them in these round sections and accommodate the pipes and stuff and the electricity bits and pieces. Now you can see how stained they are. These have been cleaned and scrubbed, believe it or not. I've washed them, I've hosed them down with high pressure hose, and I've scrubbed them with a brush, and they still are stained. So we're going to paint them white.